Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalamu ala al-mab'uthi rahmatan lil alameen wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. I'm your brother, Imam Yahya Ederer. I'm coming from the States, Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm the Imam of the Muslim American Society. The brothers would like me to talk a little bit about the reality of Islam in the West as it relates to the Islamic legal theory system. So in looking at the principles of jurisprudence, what we call ʼUṣūl al-Fiqh, we see that definitely we have a large presence of works that help us to understand the underlying realities of our society as they relate to underlying principles and wisdoms and reasons behind certain rulings that come within Islam. Of course, Islam is something that was meant to be suitable for all times and places, and so one of the definite strong points that we would have to have in actualizing an expression of Islam in the West properly would be to look into what we call the maqasid of the deen. And we have a book by Ibn Ashur, we have the Imam al-Shatibi, his book on al-Muwafaqat al-Shatibiyya. That is basically the main reference in which he goes through a long dissertation of understanding the principles of Islamic law and the objectives behind the general structure of Islamic law. So when we look at those things and we look at the general culture and society in which we live, we can now apply rulings properly and efficiently that facilitate a more comfortable attachment to the religion, rather than trying to take a literalist approach that would be understood that you're dealing with things that are similar to the life of the Prophet ﷺ, which is not the case. So I advise all of the students of knowledge out there to get into the books of ʼUṣūl. It is well known that the Maliki madhab, with the concept of amal ahl al-Madina, that there is a recognition of the value of understanding the general culture of society. This is what my Shaykh Ahmed Shleibik told me a long time ago whenever I was looking to study Islamic law. He's now the Assistant Dean of Islamic Law at Sharqa University in the Emirat. And I think that if we all look at this approach as more of a comprehensive approach to dealing with different particular masail or situations that we're dealing with, I think is a lot more fair and reasonable than trying to import a mentality or a concept of Islamic practice or application that was obviously developed in a place outside of the lands in which we're trying to function. So the imported, hand-me-down, follow the leader without question attitude is not going to facilitate a future for Islam in the West. Only an approach which is based upon understanding the principles and the underlying objectives of the Islamic law and how the literal texts can be transferred from time to place with meaning behind them. So jazakumullahu khairan wa waffaqakumullah lima yuhibbu wa yarda.